Today's Wednesday, July 9, 2014, and you're tuned in to the Elevator Radio Show. The Elevator Radio Show is a proud supporter of the Elevator Escalator Safety Foundation. To find out how you can make a difference, visit their website today at www.esf.org. Everybody got a good show for you today, so stay tuned. Here it comes.
You're tuned in to the Elevator Radio Show, a weekly program dedicated to covering news and information on elevators, escalators, and moving walkways. Produced in the wee hours of the morning, a new show is uploaded every Wednesday, sometimes even before you get out of bed. Listen to some of the comments sent in from our audience.
Rob from New York writes, Tom, are you f***ing insane? You actually get up at 2 a.m. each Wednesday to put this show out? Man, you must love elevators. Tim from Illinois writes, I'm not sure why I listened, but ever since I tuned into the first show back in 2007, I've been addicted. Matt in Texas writes, I like your safety messages, Tom. It's important to remember them each and every day. And he also adds,
when am I going to win the monthly prize pack giveaway?
Ron from California sent this in. Despite your inability to pronounce words in the English language, I tune in each week and am glad that you offer this service to the industry. It's better than Google News alerts. Sarah from Washington writes, love the show, Tom, and look forward to it each week. I'm glad I signed up for the newsletter. You provide a valuable resource for the industry, not only for North America, but worldwide.
Enjoy the show. And now, here's your sleep-deprived host, Tom Seibert.
Excuse me. Welcome, everybody. Yes. It is good to be here this Wednesday morning where, I'm still kind of railing from being sick last week. I think it's a sinus infection or something, but we'll see if we can't get through the show without dying and coughing in your ear, which is not always going to be the easiest thing to do. So it is good to be back. It's hard to believe that it has almost been a month since we put a show out there. So as always, I want to thank you all for joining me today. Seems like it has been a lot longer than 4 weeks, but I had every intention on coming back to the show last week, but just was not physically capable of doing so. So here we are today. I hope everybody had a great 4th of July extended weekend. For those of you in the continental United States, it was nice to have 3 days off. I was able to rest a little bit, still kind of run down, but still feeling good. Hey, I want to backtrack a little bit and just throw a shout out there to everybody who came into Chicago first part of June for the Chicago cruise that benefited the Elevator Escalator Safety Foundation. I had a great time despite the weather being a little bit cloudy and cool. The new boat, the food was awesome, and just had a great time. It was a lot of fun, and it was a nice change of venue compared to where we have been at the last 3 or 4 years or since it started. So thanks to the sponsors. Thank you to those that flew in for the event. It was a great success. And without all of you that participated, we wouldn't have raised money for the foundation. So greatly appreciate that. Got back from the Elevator U Conference in Lincoln, Nebraska. Had a great time there as well. Some great presentations and educational opportunities that went on. Thanks to John Harper at University of Nebraska for hosting that event. It was great to see you, John, and also see everybody who visited Lincoln, Nebraska. Next year, the Elevator U Conference will be held at Ohio State. It's going to be the week of June 22nd, 2015, so make sure you mark your calendars for that, and looking forward to attending that. Haven't had a chance to get into the emails. I know I got a stack of them. Nothing looked as if it was too pressing, so we'll get into those next week, and we should be back on track for the remaining part of the summer, although I am supposed to go away in a couple of weeks on the road, but we'll see if we can't put a show together, on the road when we're in the north woods of Wisconsin. We'll see how feasible that's going to be. It might be fun to do. Done that once before, but we'll just play it by ear. It just seems like summer's going by so fast. Hard to believe it's already July, and literally we got 3-4 weeks before the kids start football and start thinking about going back to school. So kind of scary. Actually, it's more than 4 weeks, I should say, closer to 6 to 8. So anyway, yeah, busy at work, busy everywhere, and hopefully you're busy as well and not going crazy, and and taking time for yourself and your family to enjoy the summer. So anyway, as always, you can send our emails to elevatorradioshow@gmail.com. A little rusty today, so if I kind of click on stuff I wasn't supposed to, just bear with me a little bit, because it took me about half an hour to get the audio dialed into the computer. I don't know if it just had been off for so long or what, but it is working right now, which is a good thing. So we'll cross our fingers and hope everything works out. Kind of sobering, basically reviewing the content of the program today. Some real sad articles that kind of occurred during the time I was off, and we'll get into those later on in the show. So up next, we'll get into the news, and if my voice holds out, we should have you out of here in no time. So up next, we'll get right into the news. If I can find the play button for that cart. Here you go, news.
Let this week's news stories give you a lift on what's happening in the vertical transportation arena. Each news segment is organically dug and fresh with news stories of the week. Got lift? If not, stay tuned.
All right, show number 268. Hey, I got that gravelly radio voice now. Hey, I wish I could have a good promo. I should do that with my voice right now, my smoker's voice. Anyway, first news article link is Elevator U 2015 Elevator U Conference dates announced. Again, mark your calendar, June 22nd, 2015, Ohio State University. Just remember, if you are in charge of some type of event, whether it's a golf outing, whether it's whatever, make sure you do not hold it during that week. That is key. And hopefully we get everybody is able to make it to that one. Looking forward to it. Kathy Harper with OSU or Ohio State University. Maybe it's OU. OU, I think. Anyway, is going to be hosting that. I can't wait. It's going to be on campus, and we'll start disseminating information on that as it becomes available. Next article is from Fierce Healthcare, and this is just disgusting. I'm not a big proponent to visiting hospitals, but you think that they would actually have some kind of procedure. And if you're a contractor that has a hospital on maintenance or in service, you might want to instruct them on how to disinfect elevators or share this article with them. Apparently, according to a Canadian study, there was a study that examines the hidden breeding ground for hospital infections. And if you didn't know this, hospitals are pretty much a guarantee that there's going to be bad stuff there. So again, wash your hands. But apparently they found that hospital elevators are home to more bacteria than toilet surfaces, making it the high traffic area a breeding ground for potentially dangerous infections. Yuck. That's all I can say is yuck. Perhaps go with a stainless steel button on a panel that, those devices can be wiped down regularly. It's disgusting. So they compared 120 elevator buttons to 96 toilet surfaces over separate intervals at 3 large urban teaching hospitals on weekends and weekdays in Toronto, and basically found that apparently we're not cleaning elevator buttons, and that's probably a good thing to be doing for the maintenance crew, but not spraying into the buttons. So maybe some kind of procedure can be written so that those who question it could be sharing that. So kind of scary. Okay, apparently a fire suspends elevator service in high-rise building. Didn't know there were too many high-rises in Allentown, Pennsylvania, but this is one of them. And apparently residents in a high-rise Allentown building say they were worried for neighbors' well-being after a fire over the weekend damaged the building's elevators. The building is a senior living facility, and nobody was okay, thank goodness. But everybody was okay, I should say. Nobody was hurt. And just so you guys know out there, I didn't post every single article I had. I tried to just touch on the ones that was I thought were most relevant because there were so many in my in my news aggregator that I just had to say, I just can't get to them all this week. So, and they're kind of listed in terms of kind of date. They're listed in terms of recent to latest, right? Yeah. Anyway, okay. Okay, next article, or actually a news link, Chicago Elevator Association, golf outing, August 1st, Lamont, Illinois. If you are interested in sponsoring any of that or attending, please make sure you get there. This is a legendary golf outing that basically has an awesome, what is it called? I don't want to call it a charity. It's a giveaway. It's not a giveaway either. It's a raffle. Not even a raffle. Anyway, the deal is I can't explain it. The drugs have gotten to my head. What it is a great day of golf, and they have a dinner, and then they have all sorts of prizes that you get a ticket for, and it's a great event. Tom Persbala does a great job at PSI. Also, Glenn Duncan in organizing this event. If you just want to go for dinner and prizes, great way of doing that as well. Very reasonable cost considering the gifts that are, or the prizes that are available. And it's August 1st. Remember that. I will be out of town. Unfortunately, will not be able to attend, but as of this time. But great time. Encourage you to attend. Okay, 12 injured in escalator collapse in a city I can't pronounce. Par for the course. How could they do this to me? But apparently some movie star Leigh Barry. Apparently 12 British fans injured at event. This happened in Aurangabad. Well, that was pretty good. Anyway, apparently as many as 12 persons were injured when an escalator collapsed after a stampede during the press conference of an actor in Prozone Shopping Mall here on Monday evening, wherever here is. And there were issues, obviously, with how that was created, but apparently pretty big mob. I can't imagine any escalator collapsing because of a weight of too many people, because I don't know how many more people you can get on one of those things other than where you can stand. So anyway, yeah, I don't think you'd see that happen here in the United States. If you did, I think there'd be some major problems. So, okay, next news article has really nothing to do with, it's more of a safety reminder to everybody out there. If I can click off of this, I can't do that. It's a safety reminder to everybody out there, whether you're working on your home or whatever. But apparently, a farmer was electrocuted while working on a manure elevator, and that's why I popped into my news aggregator on Wednesday. The Quarter reported apparently Daniel Hess, 46, was trying to fix a manure elevator on his Chickies Creek farm, and when he was electrocuted. So, you know what? Just as a reminder, I know we all work on. Electrical equipment, and especially those of you out there, elevator mechanics, contractors out there, be safe. Remember, the most important part of your day is remembering to be safe when you get up in the morning and making it home to your family, or making it home if you don't have a family. They're waiting for you because somebody does care about you, and remember that each and every day. Just take it slow whenever you're thinking that, you're feeling a little bit more comfortable than normal. So, anyway. Okay, new rules coming to Hawaii. This article, westhawaiitoday.com. Let's see, scroll down here for a minute. Oh, I did not figure out how to shut off the pop-up ads. Anyway, the Big Island's elevators are getting long-needed inspections. The rules set to go into effect this month provide more stringent reporting standards. Starting June 30th, permits must be posted conspicuously inside elevators, and each machine must have a written maintenance control program. Hey, welcome, Hawaii, to the latest and greatest. Anyway, apparently last year on the Big Island, 552 of 697 elevators received the annual inspection required by law. Anyway, there was a boost in compliance efforts was spurred in 2012 that roughly doubled the number of state inspectors to 13. Hey, how many of you out there want to become an inspector in Hawaii? Would that be cool? Wonder what the pay is like. You'd think it should be a lot more considering it's so expensive to live in Hawaii, but I thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, and that's a good article. So hats off to Hawaii for making that step, and it's a good move in the right direction. Okay, Elevator Riders Riding Club has a great post regarding their club ride that was held right after the Elevator U conference at the University of Nebraska. It looks like they had a blast. Look at the photographs there. This doesn't make you want to go get a motorcycle. I don't know what will. I'm telling you, it is so cool. I want to get a motorcycle right now. Looks like they had a great time. And just as a reminder, the next event is going to be held in San Antonio, Texas, at the NAC conference. More details on that will follow. And also they'll have a poker run during the conference itself. Okay, a couple articles coming from the state of Washington. Nervous riding in an escalator. You may have reason to be, and I love these. These I-team investigative reporting kind of things, kind of enough to drive a person a bit crazy. But apparently, SeaTac International Airport, we have all been on one. The escalator, as we know, the serious injuries can happen. Take, for example, the 2012 incident at Bellevue Square, where 7 people were hurt when the escalator malfunctioned. Apparently, state officials say mechanical problems are to blame for the small number of cases. And to give you an idea of how many people potentially travel at the SeaTac airport on escalators. They figure about maybe 100,000 travelers that go to the airport start on that, I guess. Anyway, again, it's it's talking a little bit. And actually, let's play the art. I didn't play the video yet, but let's see if we can do this without it blaring in your.
At Farmers, we believe what you don't know.
Okay, this is a Farmers insurance commercial. Good insurance company if you're interested in that. Let's see if we can play the video for you. Bear with me one moment, 3 seconds. There we go.
We've all been on an escalator.
Have we?
And we know that serious injuries can, of course, happen, although rare. Take, for example, this incident in Bellevue at the Bell Square Mall in 2012. 7 people were hurt when the escalator malfunctioned. But state officials say mechanical problems are to blame for only a small number of cases every year where people get hurt. Hannah Kim is looking into this for us. So, Hannah, what is the #1 reason for escalator accidents?
Well, there are a number of reasons, but state officials say most accidents happen because people are simply losing their balance. Today, about 100,000 travelers will come and go from SeaTac Airport. And the gridlock often starts on escalators.
I get nervous that somebody's going to stop at the top and I'm going to have my bag and we're going to go crashing into them.
There were more than 300 escalator-related injuries in the past 5 years across Washington. More than half of those accidents happened at SeaTac Airport.
Our percentage of usage of escalators is really high compared to anywhere else within the state.
They see it time and time again. Travelers in a rush, losing their balance. Signs remind riders to hold on to handrails, but many are gripping onto their luggage instead.
It's about safety.
The State Department of Labor and Industries is brainstorming different ways to make escalators safer.
What is a life worth? What is a finger worth?
What?
A foot.
How about telling people not to take their bags on the escalator?
Can it prevent?
One possible step is to require all escalators be retrofitted with a comb impact switch, a device that would automatically turn off the machine if an object gets caught on the top or bottom of the steps.
Most of the escalators
that'd be a good idea,
here
right?
at SeaTac Airport already have the comb impact switch device installed, and they're hoping to have all of them retrofitted by next year.
But many escalators statewide don't have that extra safety device.
We realize that it comes at a cost, so we have to do a cost-benefit analysis.
But here at SeaTac, where there are 79 escalators under one roof, officials say safety is a priority.
We've also added the step lighting that you see there, the LED lighting on the step band, to improve visibility of the step.
Well,
and they are constantly reminding travelers on the correct way to
That's going to help with your balance, the lights, right?
ride.
Make sure you've got room in front of and behind you if possible, and then just carefully step onto the center of the step.
How about telling people not to take their bags on the escalator? Is it me, or have they missed that whole point? I know we all do it, but if you check this video out and you take a look at some of the people, some of these people have their hands completely taken up by luggage. How did they miss this? You want to eliminate lawsuits and litigation regarding escalators and people falling? These 300, I guarantee they at least half of them, maybe more, end up in litigation for people falling. How about putting a big sign up and then sticking a video camera, telling people you're being you're being recorded, and basically you're being recorded. Put a sign up, say no baggage, strollers, etc. Bigger sign. And see how you risk analysis on that.
SeaTac has more elevators than escalators, believe it or not. They've tried to encourage travelers to use those elevators more, but that has not worked. Labor and Industry says even if they were to retrofit all of the state's escalators with a comb impact device, that's not going to prevent most of the accidents they see every year. David?
There you go. Interesting, huh? How did they miss the obvious? Love the news. Just love it. That's coming from Fox News, and I'm sure it's unbelievable. Here we go. Another one. BellinghamHerald.com has an article. Washington State weighs new escalator safety rules following strangling death. And again, this kind of talks a little bit about the comb plate switch that they're talking about. And this was a really unfortunate, serious, tragic accident that occurred. But the reality is that people just need to be they need to be educated to some extent, and I think these are these comb switch plates are definitely a good idea. So anyway, you can read that when you get a chance on your own leisure. And anyway, this is another article. New Washington State escalator rules fall short. And it's kind of interesting. All three of them were kind of in the same place. This one coming from the News Tribune in Washington. Yeah. So anyway, kind of an incident talking about an accident where buckling steps were kind of happening during an accident. And I didn't read this article all the way. I should have done that before. Let's see here. So they're talking about the changes and which ones will. Anyway, you can read this on your own time. But they are talking about escalator accidents are high, but yet a small portion of total accidents to some extent. And let's see here. I just want to find out where it said. Accident. Okay. Yeah, good article. I think it's a pretty good article, and it talks about penalties for owners if problems aren't fixed, and also maintenance, who does it. Anyway, interesting. A few people. Anyway, I'm not gonna. So read this, a good article, and hopefully these steps can kind of minimize future accidents. Although it doesn't sound as if that will happen based on the articles prior to that and what's actually happening in terms of falling. Maybe we should put seats on escalators. What do you think about that? Make it an amusement ride. Yeah. Just make it a ride. Don't even call it an escalator. Could be like the log ride, where you put everything in your... I'm talking about the log ride. The log ride where you go down the water chute and, maybe we should all put our luggage in a log and then ride it down in the water trough and then ride it back up. That might be the way to go. Keep your hands and arms inside the vehicle at all times, right? Right. Okay, next news article. Surprise! Apparently there's an escalator accident in Shanghai, and officials are noting or stating that apparently it was related to poor escalator products or parts. That's going from ecns.cn, Canada. Poor parts led to Shanghai accident, and that's unfortunately not really a surprise. And I couldn't load that up quick enough. Elevator World Unplugged has got a few new posts over there. Here's a funny video from the HBO television show called Curb Your Enthusiasm. And let's play it here. And
I'm sorry?
No, just, you hit 2 floors. I'm in a little bit of a rush, that's all.
What a terrible inconvenience. My God, I'm so sorry.
Well, as a matter of fact, it is a little bit of an inconvenience,
Oh,
yes.
wow.
I mean, you don't know where I'm
Gee.
going. I'm in a little bit of a
I
rush.
didn't mean to waste 12 seconds of your precious
It's not really
time.
about the 12 seconds, is it? It's
Oh,
about
what
the fact
is
that,
it?
you hit 2 buttons. I mean, who doesn't know what floor they're getting off on?
I decided to go somplace else. I
Okay,
realize that
all
that's
right.
illegal in your little world, isn't it?
When you realize you hit the wrong floor, you just get off on 31, go
Yeah.
up to 32.
Oh, really?
Take the stairs.
Suppose I wanted to go to 41. You mean because it's one flight now? That
Oh, you want to
makes
go
it-
to 40 as well? Is that what you
No,
want
I'm
to do?
saying,
Oh,
what if
why
I
don't you
did
just
want to go to 40?
There
What
you
if
go.
I
Why don't
did
you
want
just
to
go
go
to
to
40?
40?
There you
Yeah.
go. All right, now you're going to 40 as well. All right, you want to go to
Okay.
33, 34? How about that, huh?
Yeah, I think I want to go to 36,
Oh,
too.
all right. Oh, you
Yeah.
know, I changed my mind. I think
Yeah.
I'm going to go to 36
Good,
and
good,
37. Oh,
good.
you know what?
And you
I
know
think
what?
I changed my
I
mind
think
again.
I'll go to 39.
Yeah, why don't I go to 43?
I'll go to 40.
All right.
I'll go to
Oh,
42.
my goodness, look.
Yeah, and I'll go. No, all right, there you go.
Oh, terrific. Now we're going to every floor.
Yeah, enjoy that ride up to 44. 31. I think I'll get out here and take the stairs.
Yeah.
Enjoy your ride.
Enjoy the walk.
you think that actually happens? I wouldn't doubt it. Oh, man. Oh, the world we live in our Twitter, in our Facebook, in our need for everything right here and now. Yeah, I love that. I want everything. I want it right now. And I want it for free or cheap. Man, it's the Walmart way. Okay, next article. City settles elevator accident claim is coming from Tampa, tbnweekly.com. actually in Clearwater, I should say. Apparently, on February 6, 2006, a city employee was riding an elevator at the parking garage that serves a municipal services building and police headquarters. Anyway, allegedly dropped several feet, causing injuries. Apparently, let's see, how much did he... Oh, he claimed... who gets the money? This is interesting. Apparently, I think he was awarded $220,000, roughly in there, that area. So, which doesn't seem like quite a bit, but it is a lot of money. How much? I wonder how much the attorney got of that. What do you think? I don't know. Okay, here's an interesting or kind of a cool website, homesafecampaign.com. Has an article that is, actually, it's a new website that was launched, a safety campaign called Home Safe, Raising Home Safety Awareness for Elevators. And this was a website that was created for those that install, operate, maintain their home elevators and ensuring that homeowners understand how to do that safely. So I think that's pretty cool. And for more information, encourage you to, basically, check that out. If you do home elevator maintenance or have customers that have home elevators, encourage you to basically, point them in this direction. So, and I think, let's see here. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Got some interesting website articles or notes on it. And I'm just trying to think here. Let me see. Looking for a home elevator value. Let's see what this checklist is all about. Let's see what they're going to... Yeah, there we go. Evaluates its safety. Yeah, space guard. That's good. Okay, so they're kind of talking about space guards for doors, which is really important. But anyway, it's a good website. I am not sure why the Elevator Escalator Safety Foundation was not listed as a, as kind of a resource in that. But anyway, it's still nice to see safety being pushed out there into the interweb world. So it's a nice looking website. So hopefully that does some good in terms of anybody out there, homeowners who have an elevator, so that they can ensure that they're safe. So pretty cool. Okay, engineer falls 10 meters. This obviously didn't happen here in the United States or North America. It happened in the UK. But an engineer has been crushed to death by a lift after he fell down an elevator shaft on his first day at the new job. That's awful. Be safe, people. Anything that you're doing, this is horrific. He fell and then was crushed. It's awful. Awful, awful, awful. So make sure you're being safe each and every day. Next article, another accident. BayouBuzz.com. Worker dies in a Wichita elevator accident. Apparently, a man working in a building being renovated has been killed in an elevator accident. And apparently, it says a 40-year-old worker was riding in an open-door pulley-style service elevator when he fell, catching his head between the elevator door and the brick wall of the shaft. Oh, man. I wish we was going to have a field day with that one. As will the attorneys. Oh, just awful. And real sad news, there was an escalator accident where a child fell over the side at a Sears building or Sears store in Mobile, Alabama, which is unfortunately somewhat ironic. But the little boy who had fallen, the 11-year-old boy, actually passed away due to injuries suffered when he fell. Awful, just terrible. And, we as an industry owe it to everybody, the riding public, to ensure that escalators are safe, elevators are safe, everything is safe, and making sure that they all understand that these are moving pieces, this is machinery. These are moving pieces of machinery, and you have to be careful. You just have to be careful. You got to make sure you're safe. You got to make sure proper safety measures are in place. And, from a code standpoint, from a equipment standpoint, there's only so much that can be done. Another article in China, which is somewhat horrific as well, again pointing to the fact of the need for educating those who ride escalators. ECNS.cn at least 10 sent to hospital after baby stroller stuck at top of metro escalator. So envision this. You're basically on an escalator. At the top, you've got a stroller, okay, which should not be on an escalator, gets stuck at the top, causing basically a blockage, and they're not sure whether or not the stroller was carrying a child at the time. I would say yes. And, man, so, yeah, it's just, I mean, it's just scary. It's really scary. So, not good at all. In the last news article from today's program, coming from greaterwashington.org, apparently, what are the longest 10 metro escalators? Have you ever wondered where your metro stop ranks in terms of escalator length? Oh, yeah, I thought about that every day, right? How many of you in the Washington, D.C. or East Coast area wondered, what is the escalator a ride in the metro, transit system the longest? Well, here they are. The Wheaton is actually the longest at 230 feet. Bethesda is 212, Woodley Park 204, etc. And it goes down the line there. So you can check that out. Link is in the show notes. And yeah, that's going to do it, everybody. Again, I was hoping that this week's show would not be, have any sad or bad news to report, but unfortunately, it does. So again, just making everybody, giving everybody a reminder that what we do each and every day is extremely important as mechanics, as contractors, as salespeople, as manufacturers, as inspectors, as consultants. Who am I missing here? I think that's it. Yeah, we all need to do our part to make sure that we're safe each and every day. We're not all perfect. I know we're not all perfect, but we got to do what we can to ensure that we're safe. As is everybody who rides conveyance equipment. So, without further ado, that's going to do it for this week's show. Everybody, as always, thank you for tuning into the program. It is great to be back where, although it was kind of hard getting up this morning, but it is good to be back. So we'll be back next week with a new show. And have a great rest of the week, a great weekend, and make sure you get out and enjoy summer, because before you know it, it's going to be cold. It is going to be snowing. Hopefully much later than we all imagine, unless you're up in the North Pole or upper regions of Canada. So, all right, everybody, have a great week. Take care, and talk to you later. Bye-bye.